right, talofa, and welcome into another episode of the 1 through 5 Footy Show, proudly part of the WesWes Network. You can go check out all our other podcasts and articles on our website, the weswesnet.com, and you can check us out on all the other social media platforms as well. Welcome in our co-host, also Samana Mani, Chankimbo. How are you, mate?
Thank you, brother. My little lover. Yeah, man, I've been good, bro. Been good. This is a good time of the year, eh? Short weeks in between. Got Anzac Day coming up. It's been a good rest, bro. How about your weekles?
Yeah, nice to have this break. I took these little 3 days in between Anzac and Easter as well, so had a nice extended break. I think this is our last break before the
smart.
There's the long haul, eh? The long haul until June, I think now. So
Yeah, the next holiday.
Yeah, buckle in for the hard years of work. But while we're not working, the league season is going well. Round 7, another round of awesome league. Just showing how good and how close the comp is with some of the games we saw this week. But before we get into all of those games, we'll go through our normal rules. Go through our awards, your Kaea Kele of the week. Let's kick off there, man.
Oh, straight to Kaea Kele, eh?
Yeah, let's get Kaea's out of the way. You can name your team.
Yeah, bro, it was a couple of mentions. The obvious mention for me was Reece Walsh, but he didn't get the award this week because he didn't use his usual rocks and diamonds. So like he did a couple of good things, and then the obvious dumbass kickoff at the end. But I'm gonna give mine to Ruva, bro, from the Tigers. Sunia Turuva, our Fijian brother, who I will talk about later. He's right up there with Buyer of the Year, but I think if you combine his last week and a half with all his Lachlan Galvin stuff that's been going on, so I thought he had a shocker, man, on the weekend. He was real malo vale, eh? Like that was a really good game between Eels. Man, Eels brought it, bro, and it was pretty high intensity. Like Eels went out to a bit of a lead. Tigers come back. And then, the big reason why I choose him because of the dumbass Simban that he did, bro. Did you see that?
Yeah,
I think it was
like so late, as well. Like,
oh yeah, he just
the little hooker, on the little hooker.
Yep. After a few, but he, I like about him. He's almost like Ronaldo, Muritalo. He's always one of these wingers that come in and start talking, chirping.
Yeah. He's just
but I think the occasion got the better of him. I think he was like, and that's a lot of the whole Tigers team were pumped, to come together and fucking stand up for their coach and fucking give it to the press of all this bullshit drama they've got over Lachlan Galvin. And they played like that, bro. They played like fucking loose cannons, like guys, bro. But Taruva, and like I'm gonna throw him in there because of what I said, because of his dumbass thing he did during the week with the post, bro. And you got to surround yourself with better mates who ain't gonna do that shit to you. And you could tell he was fucking playing with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder, just overstepped the mark, bro. But I love this in players, man. I love these kind of guys that can spark things up, but I just think he was a little bit malo vale, bro. So sorry about that, Turuva, but you're my Kaea Kele the week award.
Yeah, nice. Was
Here you go, bro.
Brain explosion, man.
That's the word.
That's a good pick, bro. Because we'll get into that when we wrap the games. My one goes to. I don't want to put it on a specific player, but I'm going to call it the Knights halves situation. Because that's a shambles at the moment. That is.
Well, why don't you just say gamble? Because he was guy ass.
Well, yeah, it's just unraveling like over the last few. Well, it's not even weeks. You can say
It's
5 years.
Who wants to have a turn this week at playing 7?
Yeah, it's pretty much ever since Adam O'Brien started that experiment and gave Ponga a chance there. It's just been a merry-go-round ever since, and just That's what it looks like. Like guys who aren't stable in their position, not sure if they're going to be there next. I mean, they had Phoenix last week, and now they got Gamble, and Gamble was Macquarie Gamble too many times on some of the plays he did.
I like
So,
Gamble, but he's not a 7, man.
yeah. Well, that's the thing. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like you watch that game, and I don't know who's a 7. I don't know who's leading that team. So I'll touch on that when we talk about the Knights. But yeah, that half situation. I mean, Adam O'Brien has been in the situation for probably the last 3 or 4 years, and Kalen Ponga seems to dig him out of the hole, and everyone seems to forget because they make the 8. But it's the same problem that he starts every year with, and they just muck around, try and figure out half-fast situation, and Ponga pulls them through to just outside the 8 or makes the 8, and then all's forgiven. But I mean, yeah, I feel for the Knights and just that situation was Kaea Kele. So that's my pick for this week. Let's go straight over to your all Eyes. Who was your shining star this week?
Yeah, man, quite a few this week, bro. But I'm gonna give it to Dolphins halfback Isaiah Katoa.
Man,
In that, yeah, no, you could say it. Upset win, bro. Probably upset of the year, man. Especially when we look at that
yeah,
scoreline against the Storm.
yeah, man.
42-22, and Storm got a pretty good record at Suncorp Stadium, bro. But Solo, man, this guy just, and he's been pretty good at being a general and leading his boys around the park, doing the right things with his boot. But I thought I think was it Tuesday or no, last Friday, his running game, bro, he pulled it out, man, and it's probably one of his best games of the year. I mean, of his career so far.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, bro, he was just everything he was touching went to gold, man. I don't have it here. Actually, no, I can look it up, man. Like his stats will be off the chart because I know because he's my um he's my halfback for fantasy
Oh,
leagues,
that's right.
bro.
Yeah,
But
he's your half.
um, yeah, man. He's got a few like his kicking's always mean, bro. But like if I can see he's had line break assists 1, try assists 3, and that's probably the big stat, try assists, man. He's just handing it up with his boot as well. Try assists as well as running game and his passing game, man. Isaiah Katoa, and I think he's only like sort of 21, 22 or something like that, bro.
Yeah, no, he's still
And,
young, 21, I think.
and just the improvement left in him, man. And you got guys like Joey Johns, man, talking about this guy like, what's his ceiling, bro? It's good to see a young Pacific Islander, Pacifica player in that position, bro, because we always
Yeah.
talk about how players, how our brothers are up there, high representation, but you probably can't really say that in the halves and the playmakers. So yeah, also Isaiah Kalava, all eyes on me of the week award goes to no pun intended, Isaiah Katoa, bro.
Hey, nice. Yeah, that's a real standout performance from him. So much so that I backed you up. I actually went with him for my all eyes as well. Just a display, like you said, against the Storm, a genuine upset too. Like the Storm the week before, like their performance against Manly or against the Warriors before that as well. Sorry, and then Manly. The Storm were on alert. They kind of had that lull when they lost against St. George as well. So, they had every reason not to have these kind of displays as well. And this definitely wasn't one of them. They weren't like, okay, they were missing Harry Grant. But other than that, they had everyone else firing, everyone looking like they were up to it. But yeah, Katoa, those double pumps, like I remember Matty Johns, like he has that podcast with Cooper, and they like breaking down the players, and that's what Matty Johns just kept saying, like this guy hasn't even started to run
Yeah,
these a ball play, like most of the good halves, they'll ball play a lot and then run later. Whereas up until now, that's all we've been seeing for the last couple of seasons is just his kicking game and just running at holes. And now he's got that double pump going, and he was just toying when he was deciding if he's going to pass or have a run.
Yeah.
And so he's, just seeing him smile at some of those times when he just looked like he's just getting into the groove of it. Seems like he's a real natural ball player. And like you say, like in a halves position, it's just such a dominant display from a young island boy is so encouraging to see. And you know where the game's going, especially when you look at those numbers, and it's kind of like, we'll always have the big back rowers, we'll always have the the forwards
Props.
and the big props. Exactly. You might get a big Fijian winger, but trying to get those gun players in the halves is so hard. And so just seeing him grow and step up to it again, young 21. A Blues, he could be a bolter as well. He is a Blues half.
So yeah, and he was.
So
I think
injuries.
he
He
turned down
could
the
be in the
Kiwis,
list.
when they tried to hit on him last year
Yeah,
or
yeah.
years
Born
back.
in Wellington, Lower Hutt boy. It looks.
Yeah, so obviously moved over when he was young, but yeah, bro, he's gonna be awesome,
Yeah.
man.
Nice call, Us. All right. Let's get into probably the only headline that kind of seems to be floating around. We touched on the point around Turuva is the Lachlan Galvin situation, especially now that after what happened in the last game of the round, he's being recalled back into the team. So yeah, just your views first, just around the whole, probably that display and the fact that they need Galvin back in there. Like, we'll touch on the display of the Tigers actually later on when we get to the games. But yeah, just how does this team first work with a guy that's being dropped because of what went down last week, and now they've done the backflip. But not as far as I know, not because of injury. Like I think what's his name came through the game. Okay, both Luai and who was playing at half with Luai?
Dewey.
Yeah. No
Yeah.
injury,
So, man, you know
just
what,
a
bro?
straight slot.
I was kind of over the shit because every fucking podcast,
Everyone's
every
talking about
program
it.
that I've been watching the last few days has been talking about it, bro. But the reason why it's a good topic at the moment is they named him in the team list. Who they got?
Sharks up against the
Against the
Sharks.
Sharks, and so we can discuss all the stuff that he's done, and it's obvious that he's trying to get out of his contract, but the Tigers seem to be standing firm, bro. You got another 2. You got the end of this year, and you got another year. So, so on his, from his point of view, like that's not an easy thing, to deal with getting yourself at 19, putting yourself into a position where you've got to perform for this team, even though that you've come out openly and said you don't want to play under Benji after your contract's done. So that's all cool, man. It's a professional sport, but what I worry about this the Tigers team is that they've had like a okay start to the year, like a positive start to the year compared to previous years. And bro, we all know they're like 3 Sporting Laos in a row. So and me being a Benji fan, bro, he's a fucking Tigers Kiwi legend. I want them to do well, bro, especially after the pretty awesome buys with Terra May and Luai and Taruva. Things that were looking up, bro. It was a good vibe, but now all this drama is, which I hope doesn't happen, but it's got the possibility of derailing the club, the team. You know what I mean? And especially with this passive aggressive posts from last week and from
Yeah.
Taruva, and so how
Luai.
it's really gonna ask of these kids because they're still even Luai's been around, but these are young guys in their 20s, bro. They've got to put that shit aside and just think about the season ahead, because if they don't, this shit they're gonna fucking have another spoony like, oh, this is so big, and media's talking about it all
There's
the
the kind
time,
of thing that can put a team on. Yeah.
that can derail them, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand last week's call from Benji to arrest him because because maybe he was thinking about the kid. This is a lot of drama to go
Yeah.
through,
Keep him out of
but
this.
I
Yeah.
also feel like if Dewey had a blinder, which he didn't, he didn't have a shocker, but he wasn't. His kicks were so
Yeah.
off,
Exactly.
and he just wasn't the answer. He's not a 7 as well. He's a fucking good NRL player, experienced, but he's just not your 7. But because that didn't pay off, they had to pick him. So I wasn't surprised that he's back in there. And like when you're really thinking about their 17 or their starting 13, he deserves a spot. But yeah, bro, it just goes down to that playing group, bro. It's almost like you see that drama between Steven Situ and Kiss the Floor. They kissed and made up, bro. You know, they're just beefing with each other. Hey, they were beefing with each other. But now they've done a podcast where there's like, oh nah, it's all shit, don't worry about it. Well, that's what these guys need to do. We need to see some fucking leadership from Luai, and to bring all the whole team together, bro. And it's interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see the performances of this young kid, Lachlan Galvin, which I see a lot of potential. He's a fucking awesome player, bro, and sky's the limit for his talent. But how is he gonna back it up? You know what I mean? Yeah, I couldn't see a year where they keep him on the sidelines for too long, also, but I think the next month of footy is going to be important to this team, bro.
There's a good point about Luai as well. I think it's really on him, just the same way Critters really led that doggies team. For all of these boys as they kind of leave that Panthers mold, it's really on them to become these leaders. And I think he's got it. Like I was disappointed. Like maybe it was the commentary, but that point when Taruva got Sinbin, and you see when he was meant to go and address the team. And they're all solo, like the Eels were in a huddle, and they were able to get addressed. And even the commentary is like, oh, what's up with the Tigers? There's like everyone's all over the place and Luai's off to the side. So yeah, I hope for Luai, like he really steps up as the leader of this team and kind of pulls Galvin aside, kind of clears the air. Like even him and Taruva, like as those Panthers boys, they should be close enough for Luai to call them out and kind of like just all of them. Just I think of those three because I guess that's where it's centered around now because of Luai being the new guy with Taruva coming in, and then like these are the names you hear just thrown around. There's probably others, but it seems if Luai can lead, bring Taruva into that conversation, especially for Galvin, he needs that support from these guys that. If he's going to be the 7, like just, or, be part of this team, let him, be part of it and just, I mean, he was playing great guns and then all of a sudden this came out. And then everything just went south and, like the
Bro,
result as well.
what do you think about this? Did you hear the news during the week that his management is taking the Tigers
Legal.
legal
For
complaint or
bullying.
whatever over bullying, bro?
Yeah.
Is,
So that's
is
the
that a
other
bit of
thing. Like,
Enos? Is that a bit of Enos? Because we don't know the goings on the inner sanctums and how he's been coached under
like you said,
Benji.
he's
I can't
19,
imagine
so I guess,
Benji's doing
yeah.
anything bad. But is this about those posts, bro?
Well, you think as a 19-year-old, this is the world that these kids live in. So that is a real thing. Like these what are seen as being bullying things, like it's online stuff that's being, perpetrated against you. So yeah, I guess that comes in that realm. But I think that's why Luai needs to take this. Like those are the kind of when bullying comes in, that's a real hard thing to kind of frame
Well,
and
I
beat.
don't think you
Like
can
when
put.
someone throws that out.
I think Luai was quite vocal with his
Yeah, like
post,
his
right?
one was quite clever.
He
Like
said
just team
nothing but
first,
team
and yeah.
first, right?
Mm-mm.
But the timing of it, that's why I said it's funny, kind of passive aggressive. You can read between the lines. But Usta River was the obvious dumbass post. He took a photo of his fucking locker.
Yeah,
And it was,
killed his uncle.
yeah.
And listen, he must have been the one who killed it. And maybe that's why he sent it to his mate, like killed the uncle, put it there like that, and like so. Like,
but is that enough? Is that enough for you to say that's bullying? Come on, bro. That's
you
that's
look at
bullshit.
you look at the weight that he's got now from those 2 posts. That's only 2 little photos. Like, we can't say bullshit when, like, the weight of everyone's conversation over the last 3 weeks have been about this kid and these guys
Yeah,
posting like
bro.
he's on the outer circle. So
I understand
feels
that,
like
bro.
bullying. Sounds like bullying.
I understand that, and I'm all for players, not even players, just men in general, to speak up if they feel that way. I'm all for that.
Mm-hmm.
But, bro, the cynic in me, the timing of this shit, they're trying to get out of their contract, bro. They're trying to find
Yep.
enough excuse to get out of their contract with this bullying stuff. Come on, bro. You're going to let
Well,
the
and that's the
Rivers
thing.
picture
Like,
of your locker get to you that much?
yeah. And see, this is the thing. Like, this is why I don't like it, because it's just the use of that term. Like, because it's been thrown out and like the management are using it like it's an out clause, because there's no way you can kind of repair that. Like, even if Luai pulled him aside and went like, "Hey, bro, he can't undo that now. Look, he can't just go, oh no, they said sorry, it's all good," because it's like, well, that's not how bullying works. You can't say sorry to your bully. Your bully just punches you in the face. You can't go to your bully and say, I went and told the teacher you're being a bully. Like, you get a punch in the face for that. So that a real bully, you can't do that. So this
Yeah.
is the situation. Like, he can't go, the management told me, but we were good, let's just play. I wouldn't be surprised this just gets pulled on the day of the game and he doesn't play.
But what do you
But
think, bro? Do you think that we have to
genuinely,
take this serious,
if it's
right?
a bullying thing,
Investigate
do I
it.
genuinely think he's being bullied?
Yeah.
Like, he feels like, I genuinely don't. I think he's been smashed by so many, like, the way you play this game, like, sticks and stones break your bones, but in league, names will never hurt you. So it feels like a tactic from someone to get him out, and I don't like the way it's being played. But then you look at who's his management, and it's like, oh, that's that same guy, Isaac Moses. Like, he's a manager. He's a
It's
player
always a
agent.
fine line, eh? It's always
Yeah.
a fine line to be respectful to people who think, what mean, we come from we grew up in the 80s, West Okilangi, where people saying shit deep, cuts you deep. And you can be sook about it or just get on with it. But then I understand 2025 is different kettle of fish with young people. But I just don't see that situation, bro. I see I see in the workplace situation all the time where people use a situation to their advantage to be like a comment here and there. It's not a big deal. But then people will be like, that's bullying, man. I'm going to go tell, I need a few days off. That's bad for my mental health. It's such a gray area, bro, how you assess that. Because you don't know what we consider bullying, what we consider take offense to is different to someone else. But this situation looks fishy, smells fishy to me. Like, sort of, you're trying to get out of your contract, Negro.
And that's the thing. Like, getting out of his contract and doing all that, how far does this stuff fall? Like, as people in the NRL have short memories, because this is follow him around. Now, any time that he plays with, they're like, oh, man, chill for this guy. He's the guy who's going to call you a bully if you like.
A couple weeks ago, last week, they said Doggies was in the hunt. Now, Gasco said, nah. The coach said, nah, I don't want him. So maybe it's this situation because of that. But, bro, everything's pointing towards the Eels because he's a 6, bro. Eels are losing Dylan Brown.
Yeah.
You look at every other fucking team, he never really fit. They either got someone established there or as a 6, or and people were saying like the Roosters need a 6, but then the Roosters chairman Nick Politis, he's got issues with the player agent. So
he doesn't like Moses.
If all these journos are right, he's going to the Eels. But then, the Tigers have him this year and next year. So do they hold strong and say, nah, you ain't going nowhere, bro. We need you. But then what kind of Galvin are we going to have? We're going to have his performance this year and next year make the team better? Yep. Based on his performances. but is it going to make it better and harmonious? And can the Brown boys come together?
Yeah.
It was cool they stood up for their coach, but they need to stand up for the team as a whole.
Yeah,
and
as a whole, yeah.
And he's part of the team, bro.
Well, he's been named, and so that's the thing. They really need a kind of, if it's team first and Benji's the coach who's named him there, and then obviously Benji's gotten over the fact that and that's the thing, like, I don't know where all the big knee-jerk reaction, like, Benji's not good enough. All the kids said, like, well, the statement that came out is you want to go somewhere where, I guess, he can get better.
It was a knee-jerk reaction because it sounds bullshitty, bro.
Yeah.
I know he's unproven. Benji's unproven, right? But come on, man. You want to improve your game? This is
the thing. Well, so Jason Rouse is going to sort it. How's Jason Rouse just got there? Like, so Jason Rouse is going to be great for him. So,
and that don't make sense either. The fact that he wants to improve his game. And you know what the writing on the wall for me is? Again, this is the cynicism in me. Fucking Eagles have shown me the money. Eagles probably going to offer him more than the $1 million that he said no to.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Well, yeah, it's just his management. That's the thing. Like, I think that's where everyone gets annoyed.
He turned down $1 million a year for the next 5 years, bro. Mm-hmm. From the Tigers. Come on, bro. You can't tell me you're going to go play for less.
So
for
this
another
is where
coach that's going to improve you.
Like, what's happening with a lot of these agents, you look at the narrative and you look at what everyone's doing, is they're pushing up the price of these players. So they know that there's kind of coming around for the term of the salary caps to be reviewed. And so this is where all of this talk and all of the pushing up of halves value, like I heard, and so that's the thing, it's all just talk, but it all adds to it. So Buzz Rothfield yesterday he was saying, because he's going, if Dylan Brown is worth 1.4 and Mitchell Moses plays like that, surely he's worth 2 million. But these are where the conversations go. So now it's like, well, yeah, Lockie should get over $1 million. That's just normal for a half. And I think that's where they want to move the game, is to just be like, why is everyone getting shocked that these kids are in $1 million? That's just a normal for a half. Like, get over it.
I don't begrudge you making your money. Well, I don't like, I shouldn't really say what I don't like, because if you don't perform, clubs try and push you off before the end of your contract anyway.
Well, yeah, exactly. They play the game in this,
But
exactly. When the thing I
just feel like if you want to go for the money, fucking say it, bro. Have the balls and say, you know what?
Yeah,
I got a better offer. And I'm going to request the club to go early, to go next year, because Dylan Brown's going next year. So that's where it's at for me, I reckon. Dylan Brown's going next year. He wants to request an early release. But now all the stuff with Taruva and all that, it's building up a case. This employment fucking law stuff with bullying, whatever, all this, trying to shake the club down to get early. But who knows?
Yeah. It's gonna, well, that's the thing. I don't see it ending anytime soon. Like, this week's game against the Sharks is going to be interesting if he even makes that team. I feel like there's going to be a lot more tinkering until they get this solved. Hopefully, like, for the Tigers' sake, hopefully Luai and Benji and Galvin can sit down and squash this and get this team moving the way they're going, because they were doing really good. And this, like you're saying, is something that can derail their season big time. All right, also, speaking of some of the guys that have moved around different clubs, I just wanted to quickly mention and have a talk through some of the for where we are in the season so far, the buys of the year, and who's some of the ones that have kind of excelled, and some of the flops that have kind of come out from this year. I don't know if you wanted to go through team lists or just call out a few that you had in mind. I know the boys messaged through some as well.
Oh yeah, I have one in mind, but let me bring up the also Rogers one. Rogers buy of the year, Adam Fenor-Blake to the Sharks. Fair call, bro. Fair call. I think it's still up in the air, but he's definitely made them a better team. But I think more than anything, you base that reason on, like, the Warriors just not as good without him. We've got Fish there, but I think he's A little bit of injury here and there.
Yeah.
Still figuring it out. But they're definitely a different team without him, bro. That's for sure. Roger also has put up Jazz Tevanga for the build-ups buy of the year, Manly halfback.
Oh, that's
Manly
harsh on
hooker
Jazz.
from the Warriors as well. I don't think he's having a shocker. But I don't think he set the world on fire. But so I don't know if they got injuries, but I'm not sure if he's a starting NRL hooker. I like Jazz as that mobile forward, bro, coming off the bench. But yeah, thank you, Roger, for bringing that in. He couldn't make it on tonight because he was watching P Hub. Anyway, I had Clint Gutherson, bro, as my buy of the year.
Ooh,
Dragons
yeah,
fullback.
he's looking good, man.
And from the Eels. Yeah, bro, I think he's been more so for his leadership. And but man, he's put on a few try assists. I don't know what his record stats are for the season, but as a whole, I think the Dragons look a bit better. Look a bit more a better without Hunt, but with Gutho there. But yeah, you can tell leadership wise, and you can see him on the field. Yeah, there was a harsh one from the Eels to let him go, bro. Being a fucking he's got a bit of a following. Yeah, he's got like a cult kind of a figure. But yeah, I just think he's added a lot to that team. Him along with Valentine Holmes.
Val, yeah.
And my build-ups probably says a bit harsh based on the last couple of weeks. Ben Hunt. I feel like I think we'll get a real indication of his place in the team when Ezra Mam comes back and plays 6. Because I think Hunt at 9, fucking awesome. We've seen his performances at Origin. I just think Hunt as a playmaker, man, is just giving me like fucking bad
2015
nightmares from
vibes.
2015. Like back in the days when he was partnering up with the MILF. It's like, man, he's always a dumbass error. And we just saw his worst game in a long time against the Warriors from Ben Hunt. I just think at the start of the year, it looked all right, bro, because they were, with his passing game on the edges, pretty good. But now I just don't think Broncos need that kind of style, bro. They need, man. They need someone fucking direct. And I'd rather have him at hooker, to be honest. So, yeah, harsh one, but just based on the last few games. But I don't know. It'll be good to revisit this Eels in the halfway point of the year and see how all these buys are traveling.
Yeah. Nice.
What do you got, bro?
Yeah, I probably had Val as well as my buy, like just his consistency for the Dragons at the moment, just what he's bringing. He's been, and he was clicking really well before Christian got his injury. So yeah, I think Val's probably one of the bigger ones. Hard to try and pick up build-ups. There's been a few, like I don't think it's so much of a build-ups. I think he's just getting used to the new system. So I think he's still got some. So yeah, I probably won't say build-ups. I'm looking forward to him. He's just not quite there. Probably similar to Jazz, like just doing a job.
Who are you talking about? Fish?
Stefano Kutumanu.
Oh yeah,
he's mean there, solid, but he's
but without being fucking devastating.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so he's just getting into the system, but I reckon he's gonna be beast once he figures it. Like just what El Couture. So I think that's just a typical, Melbourne system. And probably Tyrrell. Like I think Tyrrell's probably been a dark horse. He's been
I've got to mention this, a special mention. Oh, big time. He's made a big difference to that team, mate.
Yeah, like just. I think, I don't know what went down and how they managed to get Tyrrell, but yeah, he's been solid. And just anything, whatever they thought he was gonna be, like he's such a calm-headed player. Like you see him right in the thick of stuff, but he just gets on with the job, kind of ignores everyone, plays the ball. You see people trying to nudge, just try and get him into the niggly stuff, but he's really professional. Like, he just seems to just do his job, run over a whole bunch of people, play the ball and carry on. So yeah, he's probably right up there as one of the best buys this year as well. Nice, awesome, good call outs there. Let's jump straight into these games last week. Easter weekend, putting it on for us, starting over on man, it feels like ages ago now. I'm trying to remember this game. Our Thursday night game, Manly and the Dragons. Yeah, what did you make of Manly from this one?
Yeah, I watched that game, bro. It was quite scrappy, man. I thought the Sea Eagles they looked dangerous, but just having some really shitty errors. And Olukoatu in that first half had a shocker with his hands, bro. And he was trying to pull out, forcing the pass. And I think that's what, in the end, they did well to come back and make it 2018. Dragons look kind of on top, but I think the scoreboard wasn't really. I thought by the end of it flattered Manly, but this is the kind of team that Manly they can hold on and just hold on, but they've got some firepower out wide to do some damage, bro, especially with their halves. But yeah, bro, it's hard to assess both these teams, man, how they're traveling. But yeah, bro, it's just none of the teams are really interested in it, bro. It's just
they're very much like at the moment, like they could set it on fire, but at the moment they're like teams that look just outside the eight.
is back this week, and I was giving Roger and Gams a bit of shit because it's their teams, but as we know, man, like definitely a better team with him in it. But Lehi's been fucking playing all right too, eh? He's good, solid, bro.
He's solid. Like I think that's the thing. Like I think those days, like I was saying, when Manly used to be just, you knew they were going to be Kaea without Turbo. They seem to be able to figure it out with Lehi. Like he's safe at the back, but yeah, they're always just a better team once Turbo's back in there. So yeah, I'm the same. I'm not really sure around either of these teams. They're just one of those kind of teams that just on their day, but. Performances like this for Manly are slowly seeing them probably. They should be one of those teams up there, but they are slipping out of that 8 the way they're playing at the moment.
Slipping away from me.
All right, let's head over to the first of the Easter Friday games. The Doggies continuing their run. Coming off a bye and shellacking the Rabbitohs 32-0, carrying on that defense. 65,000 at a core stadium. That was a massive turnout.
Yeah, that's a record too, bro.
Damn, that's and it was one of the classics too. Doggies Rabbits. So that's one.
It has been in the past. Yeah. Not this game, man. 32 to the Korngaki. I was watching with Johnny. Commenting online, bro, and Yep, he started off strong, bro, but then there was not too many gifts he was sending by the end of it. But surely this game just cemented for me the Doggies is the best team of the comp so far. I had the Storm right up there with them. I thought the Storm maybe a bit of a hiccup against the Dragons with their only loss, but after the Storm put up that pitiful performance against the Dolphins, and then fucking 32-0 against the Rabbitohs, bro, man, you have to agree. Right now, it's best team of the comp, man. Just their defense, bro. Like, for a team to just show on defense, and I don't even think that their attack is fully clicking at the moment, but they're just beating people up, strangling them in field position, like where these teams are coming out from, and solid. It was a big talking point. Latrell and Walker in the halves. Nah, bro. Yo, MIA, bro. Right. And even Walker, I thought he got hooked, but they reckon he had a bit of a hammy complaint, but I think Bennett was like, nah, this
Sad
game's a
enough.
fucking
Sad
write-off.
enough.
Yeah, Matsule, man. The Broncos are in for a fight. If the Broncos don't come handy, the score could be
Yeah.
similar like this, bro.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, man.
Haas needs to bring it for this game because, the way they're playing at the moment is that Panthers, just what they do, and I think goes to show how much Serrano had a hand in doing that. Just that defensive system, like you're saying, 32 points is nothing to cough at, but that's still looking a little bit off, like a bit clunky, but. Man, that defense and just the work they do, just the scramble to make their plays, just effort. And so, like I was saying last week before there's kind of levels to the to the competition. Man, I had these guys outside, and now they are truly like they kind of moved into the moved into the top 4.
Oh, you had
I
them.
think I dropped them out.
They?
Yeah, no, I dropped them out. Remember, I dropped them
Damn.
out. I think I put the rabbits in because I wanted to have these.
Nah,
That's just called bye with this score pot.
This will be one of the worst calls of the year, mate. I remember. So you didn't put these guys in your 8, but you had Dragons in your 8, didn't you? What were you thinking? What were you smoking in the off-season, mate?
They are showing that they are the real deal. But yeah, definitely. Like I think it was good for the Bronx to have that loss against the Warriors. Especially Reynolds, like those halves really need to step up, like that experience that they have. They need to draw on that, like just figure out how they're working together. Because at the moment I think there's a bit of confusion who's pulling the strings. But man, and that's the thing. Like you look at again, like this is just amazing what Serrato's been able to do with this team. Because you look at those halves, you kind of talk about teams, depending on the halves, like. Matt Burton at 26. That's not setting anyone's roster on fire. If you go, we got Toby Sexton coming to. No one says that. It's like, maybe
he's just doing his job, bro. Hey,
exactly. These guys are, and it's just the work. Like that's the thing. What makes everyone just, I think it's just that commitment. Like you look at this roster, like just everyone working hard, and it's almost like just cookie cutter. Serrato just took everything he did at the Panthers, like just make. Everyone do their job really well, and that's all you have to focus on. And you end up having 13 guys playing a mean game, and that's what they seem to be running well. Yeah, again, hats off to Critter, like just how he's running this team. Man, he's going good guns. And Satili, and now this guy keeps on scoring.
He's right up there too, man. I didn't have him as my buy of the year, but man, they're a better team with him there, man. Off the bench, he's fucking tough. Got to hit him in.
Yeah. And that's the thing, he's not a big body, but just I guess when you look at him on the field,
not thick.
Just the amount of not thick, just thick, so bro. Athletic. Like,
it reminds me of when I was playing at school for team, man. Hans Pio, skinny motherfucker, but he can hit.
Just my law, like that. Just skinny.
He can hit. I love the doggies, bro. Their fan base, man. All these Habibis. All these Lebanese walks. Sorry, shouldn't say
everyone. It's all it's everyone.
Fuck, I love it, man. Hey, but they can be like cross the line as well, bro. Because there's a few vids on TikTok in the crowds and shit. These guys going Mimika styles. But it's great, man. They got the best fan base, bro.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. They got like, you imagine if these guys go, they're looking like they're well on their way. So, yeah. Those doggies fans are getting crazier every week, and so they should. All right, moving up to the probably one of the games of the weekend, but also the upset of the weekend. The Dolphins. Yeah, we already mentioned Katoa in this game. Like just brilliant, just the work he was putting in. But man, the Finns' confidence should be up, like also for themselves, knowing that they're real contenders, trying to get games together. But the two scalps they've taken over the last couple of weekends is Panthers and now the Storm should give them a whole bunch of confidence in what they're doing is working.
Right. I don't know. 2 weeks in a row, man, and there's so much improvement left in them, bro. Because their forwards, No, not like a they're scrappers, bro. Hey, they've got like a mixture of no real big names, but like some guys that have been there, done that. We've
Josh
got
Kerr was
FOOTY.
huge. Yeah, Josh Kerr
Cool.
on the weekend,
The
bro.
last 2-3 weeks, he's come on and made a big difference, man.
Uh,
He can fucking trouble you with the offloads, and he did the same, bro. I think that sort of was an out of a game, bro. Like, people always say, "Oh, if you can stop the Storm's fast start," sort of they come out 16-0, bro. 16-0, and then they didn't
yeah.
score until Peppenhausen scored in the 79th minute, bro. So it was a crazy game,
Yeah.
but it just goes to show the toughness in that Dolphins pack. But not only that, they've got firepower, bro. With Katoa in there, and we've been talking about guys like Herbie and who's on the other side, Avarillo. They got mean finishes in
Yeah.
Isako and Bostock. But you know why these guys are ripping up? Because they're getting fucking a lot of room, bro, a lot of time. When fucking when Isaiah Katoa, he goes deep in the line and
Yeah,
squares
he
people
goes,
up.
yeah.
And you know what, bro? And Nicarima, man, he's not even doing too much damage. He set up a nice try there when
Shit.
he flicked past it in, but you start seeing him within a bit of a space, bro. Look out! But these guys, these halves are just giving these outsides a lot of room and space with the hammer at the back, bro. They got the attack to score on anyone. If they can improve their defense, they'll trouble the 8. Still, I think we know what they can bring, bro. What I like about it is other teams look at them, fuck, these cunts are beatable, man.
Yeah. It
They
makes me
look like $1
human
million,
again. Yeah.
but then, I don't think that game against the Warriors, where they just came out and blew you guys out in the first half, that second half, they're Kaea, bro. I know they pulled
Yeah. That's the
the foot
thing.
off
Yeah,
the
they got
gas, but
ordinary. Yeah.
yeah, they're not an 80-minute team. Definitely not on the same level as Doggies, bro. So it was an entertaining game, and it was an interesting one just to assess what we thought was one of the best teams in the comp, and then just the rise of the Dolphins, bro. Look out, any team that's coming against them.
I don't. Nice, Wolf. All right, let's head over to the other game that was on, the first game of the Saturday, Go Media Stadium, the Warriors against the Broncos, mate. Where'd you watch this one? Were you watching this at home? Did you go to a bar, mate, or?
I was watching it at a mate's, bro. Just our neighbors, just up the road, bro. Surrounded by Kiwis in their Warriors gears, man. I was a lonesome Broncos supporter, but but I thought it was probably right up there. One of the games of the round, bro.
Real entertaining, eh? Back and forth,
bro. Tight game, man. Tight game. And you know what? I thought the big difference was for the Warriors was these the mullet boys, bro. Guys like Leka Halasima.
Leka, bro.
And then when Waimonga came on, they were on the field at the same time. Brass. Every time they had the ball in hand, they were fucking bending the line, looking dangerous with their offloads. And then there was a moment there where I think it was Halasima just fucking chased down all the way back and got Willison knocked the ball out of his hands after that big break, but Willison was offside anyway. They brought it back. But when I saw the replay, the chase of this young fella, bro, no one else was chasing, bro. He chased them down. So even if he was onside, he stopped that play. Yeah, bro, it was like, I want to disclaimer, Warriors totally deserved the win. But that first half, man, the fucking penalty count was shocking against the Bronx. And they kind of did well to hold on there to go the break at 6-all. And bro, don't want to whinge, but remember right before the break,
that break,
kick,
yeah.
and Stag, who was awesome, bro. Stag was probably the best.
He had a good game. Yeah.
Him and Payne brings it every game, but Stag, he didn't get much ball, man. I thought he would have got more ball one-on-one there with fucking Pompey, bro. He would have smoked him, but he was just busy doing tough carries. But Sule, man, off that fucking ugly ass kick
right
from
before,
Metcalf. Stags gets the ball, flies, passes it to Walsh, and then Walsh hits Cobbo. Braz. That is no forward pass, man. That was coming out of the back of the hands.
Yeah, which one did they pull it up on? Katoni's one. Was it Katoni's pass to
Was it
Reece
Katoni's
Walsh?
or was it oh no, it was Katoni to
because Reese's was fine. Reese's was
good, but Katoni to Walsh. Which is line ball, maybe. I've seen worse I've seen worse passes get caught. But the reason why I bring it up, like I said, fucking Broncos played shit. But that was crucial. With all that ball and all that fucking all the field position, if the Warriors went to the sheds 12-6, I think the Broncos would have got a bit of a pickup from it, bro. But yeah, that second half, man. Warriors come out and they thoroughly deserved that win. And saying that, it was so rocks and diamonds. We mentioned it before, Reece Walsh. There's a problem there in that attack. Reece Walsh, I know he's not showing the best form, but just in general, I thought fucking the halves were poor, man. There was a few times there where, like, we didn't get the ball for ages, right? And when we did get good ball, it was just too impatient, bro. Some grubbers going dead. Instead of just building...
Yeah, it was just interesting.
Building the pressure.
Just trying to go for it.
So I thought, hey, Payne and Harrigan... That was, like, we didn't get much ball, but the ball we did get, when we got onto the arm wrestle, I thought, like, I don't know if dominate's the word, but I thought, like, we got more petrol than them. It looked like the Warriors.
I think you guys were trying to just get your game on, maybe. This was just trying too hard to
but I just thought,
outscore it and, like, get it on.
Instead of just making the Warriors tackle set after set. We didn't do that enough. We didn't fatigue the Warriors enough, bro. And guys like Tuapiki, he was a bit dangerous every time he hit that ball. Kaea was solid, man. Hey, he did his job, bro.
But man, he is so lucky that Luke Metcalf's got good hands. What was he trying to do? Like, just try and prove a point against bloody Ben Hunt or something? Or was it Reynolds that was chasing him down? I was like,
I don't know. That was a mean pickup, bro. Shout out to Metcalf, bro. Yeah, fucking miss all those kicks in the
throughout the trial.
Miss all those kicks during the game and then nail the but you know what, bro, there's fucking no excuse for Walsh. And I know he set up that try and then scored that
injured, bro. He's injured.
Controversial try to even it up. But bro, this is a fucking Kele out in Malaya and you want to fucking kick it on the dead ball, bro. What do you think about that try that the Broncos got to put them up to square it up? Who was it? Reece Walsh, after it kind of come off the back of Jesse Arthur.
Oh, yeah.
You know, just online, a lot of fucking Warriors players, fans were going, what a bullshit. Well, Arthur's kind of missed it, but they reckon it grazed his arm, but there's no evidence that it touched his arm whatsoever. It just touched his back. But like I was saying, bro, Warriors deserved it, but Bronx were lucky just to still be in it. Do you know what I mean? And that's the kind of thing with this team. Like, they're just not muscling up enough. They're trying to use their talent to beat teams.
And I think that's the thing. Warriors, the Bronx should never be in a situation. That game for the for the Warriors? I think it was an important one. Like I was saying, breaking the games down by fours. Like, they slipped up last week. Like, there was they got blown out of the water in their first 30 minutes by the Storm. But like the next two games, they got the Knights and I can't remember the other one. But this is one that was like a bonus if they were able to get it, because they would have got 2 from 4 from the next two. But getting either this or the Storm was like kind of a key win for them. So
they got the Knights and then the Cowboys.
Yeah, so those are kind of two that they should do.
Fucking winnable games.
But but this, this and the Storm were always kind of like I say, that next level of kind of teams they need to get used to being able to beat. So I think that's a real important one for them in the bigger scheme of things. Yeah, and just winning, like bloody go do some goal kicking or bloody put Pompey back in there, because that was
Why didn't
again
Pompey kick,
yeah. I'm sure he's got a heaps better percentage.
But
So I don't know if there's an injury there.
Metcalf's been kicking all year, eh?
Yeah,
Is he?
yeah. So that's the thing. So I don't know if there's just yeah, with that kind of kicking display last week, other than the penalty goal, I think they'll probably reassess it this week.
Yeah, they met him.
But a real important game for them. Made it hard, all right. But yeah, good to see guys like Leka. And I think he played quite a few minutes too. So
bro, he's come up
kid.
this year, man. He has come up. He's like one of the best players.
I see they dropped him back to the bench for this week. So I don't know if they just just kind of easing him into the first grade. He's definitely a true first grader, but probably just the demand on his young body.
They also before we move on, before I forget, what do you think of the re-signing of Shans to the end of 2027? I think.
Yeah, good. I was glad they got that over the line.
Yeah, journalists were saying, "Oh, he might get a Super League," but
yeah, I think it's just because they were like, there was no deal kind of signed, so I think that's where they're trying to work it all out.
As for Tuapiki, I'm wondering how long you guys got him signed for, bro? Because if you're his agent, you'd be like, "Oh, fuck this, man. Let's start looking elsewhere, bro." Because he's small, but fuck him at fullback is one-on-one's a bit more dangerous than Chance.
Well, yeah, and I think it's his management must be, because I guess that's the other thing, is just kind of looking at injury. Like,
we start bringing up that topic again. Move him Chance into centre.
Chance is centre, or I don't know. Yeah.
What about Pompey? 400. He had a bit of a shocker, bro.
Like, of all the games, that guy's like. Yeah, I think he ended up. I don't know why they just didn't leave him on the wing. I mean, in centre. He plays better at centre, but he's on the wing again.
I would put Chance at centre. I would put Chance and Rocco Berry at centre, and Tuapiki at the back, and then when Roger comes back.
Yeah, I'd be happy with that. Yeah, Tuapiki's safe at the back. Like I think that's the thing. Like Chance is almost like he's coming out like just fit. Like, I think that's the thing. Like he's a hard worker. He's always busy. So I think maybe it's just stuff we don't see. Just defensively.
Definitely, bro. I just don't think he's as dangerous as Tuapiki or Roger.
Yeah. So that's the thing. On attack, I don't think he's as but must be a lot of his talk. But I'm sure he can do that from centre. So yeah, I don't know if there's a lot of trust just of the work that he does off the ball. That's why he still backs him, or if Webster's just those, I've said it, I don't want to back down now. I want to see that guy just make a call and then keep changing it every week. End up like Adam O'Brien. But yeah, real important and awesome.
Top 4 now, mate.
Those
Top
2
4
points
for the Warriors.
From the Warriors. Great work. Early days, of course, a long season ahead. Speaking of teams on the bounce back, the Panthers up against the Roosters. Finally back on track with a bounce back there. The Roosters got off to a decent start. They looked okay with that first try. You're the Panthers back into Panthers ways, or you reckon
they needed this win, bro? And it was tight in that first quarter, first half even. But yeah, come second half, bro, Panthers just brought it. They brought it. Hard to tell. Is this enough to say that they're going to be top 4? I think they definitely can sneak in the 8, but it's too good of a club to rule out, Eyez. But they need this win. We were talking about it last week. They need this win between now and Origin because they'll lose. I don't think they have the. I don't think they have the depth to rest players during Origin, man. So if I don't know, bro. It's still up. It's was a good win for the Panthers, bro. But do you have them in your 4? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, early days. Good signs for them though to be back. Like you're saying, there's that origin period. But yeah, no, I wouldn't be writing them off. They're definitely still in the 8. Interesting to see whether they're one of those top 4 teams. I think the proof will be coming, in some of these other. Well, it's hard to even gauge who those top 4 teams are at the moment. Who would you kind of throw in there right now?
Oh, well,
Doggies
you
or the
can,
other 3?
Doggies in the Storm, you sew those guys up. Come end of the year, those 2, I would say, are pretty safe unless a miracle happens. Raiders are an interesting one for me, bro. They're currently at 3rd, and I don't know if they'll lose too many players during Origin, bro. But can they? I don't know. Can they keep this form up? I'm pretty much safe to say Doggies and Storm, and then it's fucking lucky dip, bro. It's too early to make a call on all of these
It's
teams.
so early.
You know what I mean? Doggies and Storm are pretty much daylight, and then the rest there, you could say Raiders, Warriors, Broncos, Sharks. Are good enough to battle the rest of the 8 there, but then Dragons, Rabbitohs, Cowboys, Dolphins, Sea Eagles, and the Panthers. Exactly. There's a lot of teams trying to squeeze in that 8, bro. So I can't get another 2 teams into the 4 out of me, bro. What do you reckon? You willing to make a punt?
Yeah, nah, you're right. It's well early. Yep, I'm probably with you. Doggies Storm.
Pretty safe.
Yep.
Doggy Storm.
Yep.
Come into the year.
Even with those couple of hiccups with the Storm, that just goes to show how close the comp is.
Normally, you would say, based on the last couple of years, you'd say Sharks a bit of a shoe-in for the 4, but they've been up and down too.
Yeah. So I think that's where kind of everyone just starts to even out because everyone on their day. So the comp's gone, so much closer. So if anything, I don't know if everyone's just come up to the Panthers level or the work that's happened with the dwindling out of the players moving on to other clubs has brought the Panthers back down to everyone else's level. Because, I mean, we've gone through 4 seasons of them being night and day.
What about the Battle of the Spungi La'au, bro? You think it's Eels to lose or what? But now that fucking Moss is in, and we'll talk about that game. But
that's the thing. Yeah. So that's
they could make a run,
probably, I don't. If anything, over the last couple of weeks, the Spungi La'au was hitting more towards Newcastle at the moment. After seeing what Moses was able to do with that team, But we'll get to that. Let's quickly jump over to the Raiders. They're the one you were saying is bit of a dark horse team, but man, just still seeing some good things. Hudson Young, continuing his run this year. He's it's interesting how you fit him into the Blues team. You see him nudging out some of those incumbents that are there. Who else is he up against?
Bro, he's fucking
probably
the best second row of the comp at the moment.
Yeah.
And you know who they usually have on that left-hand side?
Is that Martin's side or is that the other side? Yeah, that's side.
They usually have thing from the Panthers.
Liam
Last
Martin.
year they had Anchors. What's that?
Liam Martin.
Yeah, sorry, Liam Martin on that side and Angus Crichton on the right-hand side.
Yeah.
But definitely be in the squaddles. But probably on form, you have to have him ahead of Liam Martin.
Angus. Ahead of Liam Martin. Yeah, hard with Liam Martin. I mean, he's always beast. I think it's just the team has been letting him down.
Martin will be there, but I'm just saying, like, just playing devil's advocate on form. If you're playing, picking a form team,
you gotta go with.
But he hasn't got the runs on the board for Origin. But bro, he's definitely that Raiders team also. Fuck man, if Fogarty can stay healthy and he's the glue man. If he can stay playing that team all year, solid. I like their brand of footy, bro. They got guys like Tapine and wait for Horsborough.
Just an old school,
Starling,
just an old school
Young.
run first game as well, yeah.
But they've got a big pack, but really skillful. Forwards that can pass.
Yeah, all
And
ball
that's
players.
what they let Titans in with a few dumb errors. Horsbrough, he can be guilty of pushing that pass too much.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I love this pack, man, and I love the fact that it's an old school, just fucking muscle up and then fucking do some Alilawatiri stuff with the ball.
Just find some space, yeah.
Yeah. Titans were missing a lot of players. Like they had a last minute out with Jaden Campbell. Tom Weaver started at halfback. That was a big out. But as long as Tino's there and I don't even think Campbell Gillard's really found his place yet. Fotueka was strong, but they need foreign back. And the big out was Kenny at the back, He was the big out. But if they can get foreign back.
The group, I don't know how long he's going to be in there. Yeah, like you were saying, possibly move AJ back.
Well, bro, his running game has been awesome. He did all right with a few good kicks. He kicked for himself to score a try. But I just think if you to put your best players on the team, you got to have Jaden Campbell there, and you got to have Foreign there. Then it'll look like a fucking whole different team, man. But right at the moment, they're just playing a bit cool. But they're a funny team, man. They pull you in with some eat-ass performances, and they can just play like rocks in another game, bro.
Killing multis, that's what they're doing. All right. Next up, we'll head over to the Sharkies game. Sharks and the Knights. That was a good game. I watched that one. Man, Blake Brayley, like the beginning of that game, he should check his heritage. I don't know if he's Tongan international when he was that little move in between him, Oregon, and Fanua Blake for AFB's try.
Oh, yeah, to get Oregon's try? Or?
Yeah. When he's just moving around between those guys. I was thinking, this guy's all over the place. But,
well, go pussy and...
Both props, yeah. But yeah, he makes such a big difference there in the middle. Good to see those two working a bit better together as well. Like it seems like you're saying, Trindle's owning that team, and Nico seems to be just figuring out like where he just fits in, doing his piece now. So I think he's kind of given into, this is not my team. I'll just move around and try and add in.
But it's not. It's a sad thing to say who owns the team and this is this guy's team. But just play to your strengths. I think Trindle's like an out-and-out 7. And it's funny because they put everything on the numbers on their back. But Trindle plays like a 7, but he's wearing number 6. But Nico Hines...
Nico's always running,
He's just proven to be, not a reliable general, bro. But when he's running with the ball out wider, fucking Serki player, bro.
Yeah, he sees some good... Yeah, so that's where it's like, just let him have the number. But even though he plays like a 6, like he'll run it, see the hole, and either kick or have a run.
But not have that responsibility, because I think that affects him, especially in big games.
Yeah, I think if that's taken off him, like, he's... Like, maybe just let... I don't know if it's a pay thing. Like, I want to have that tag so I can get paid the big bucks, even though I can't handle having the tag. But this I think out of anything from this game is, like I mentioned, the Kaea Kele is just the problem of the Knights. Like that used to be what they hung on to last year and the year before, was that their D sucked. Like if they played a game, it'd be 34-36 and they'd kind of get out of jail just being able to outscore teams. Now they can't even score points.
Totally. This was the first game in 3 weeks. I think they went to double digits.
Yeah, that's what I was hearing.
They've had a few issues, man, their offense. Is Dylan Brown the answer next year? I don't know. Because they need a 7, bro.
Well, exactly. They need an out-and-out leader, like just what we said with the Sharks. Like it doesn't matter like who owns the team, but they need someone to lead. Like at least Trindle leads the team, and he's leading.
It's such a weird buy for them next year because Fletcher Sharp, he's got potential, man.
Yeah, he's a good
running 6.
And he's an out-and-out 6, so leave him.
Exactly what Dylan Brown is.
Yeah. But they want to pay overs to get Brown there,
But
and
no,
then what are they going to do
you're
with
gonna
this
bring
guy?
both in. Is he the answer? Sorry, I don't know. Gamble's definitely not the answer. His kicking is off, but it's almost like fucking the coach is like, yeah, or let's see Avangoa. So si play Afa. You know,
This
it's
guy's
like,
going
oh,
through his
man.
list of offers. Like, oh, does anyone else play halfway?
Yeah. I think they need to bring they've got been playing in the they reckon he's one of the fucking highest paid New South Wales Cup. He was playing for Manly back in the days. He was their 7 or most of the year last year. Played for Roosters, played for Manly, went to the Roosters. But yeah, that they definitely got some issues there at 7, man. They need
Did he do
a
okay
general.
near the end of the season? I'm trying to remember the name. Like, I'm just trying to.
And they also brought in old mate from fucking Penrith. From last year.
Cogger.
Cogger. Where's
That's
he
right.
from? Is he on the outer or what?
Nah, where did he go to? He went. Well, yeah, maybe he's on the
Or
outer.
does he? Well, maybe we're not.
Maybe
I'm
he's
not.
still with these guys. Maybe he's injured, actually.
Yeah, but
yeah,
bro.
it's a huge problem for them.
They've been making the 8 recently, last couple of years, bro. But I don't see them making the 8 at all. Like you said, they're short odds for Spunilao at the moment. Those Knights.
Yeah,
If the Warriors lose to the Knights,
no chance. No chance. No chance.
But here's the thing, bro. It's a dangerous game. This is the game where they're going to stand up and go, fuck, that's it. I'm fucking around. You know what I mean? What's the game, man? Yeah, we'll come to it. I want to talk about that game later.
Yeah.
Come to it.
All right. And the last game of the weekend, this was traditionally the Spungi La'au game. But the Eels got back on top and back to their winning ways with the return of Mose. Man, he made such a big difference in this game.
I don't want to talk about this game too much. We've fucking touched a bit on it. But yeah, I want to talk about that guy. What a big difference, bro. And you know you're elite when you don't need fucking warm-up games to get back into it, bro.
To ease back into it.
His first game back, boom. And his boot, and I think one of the turning points is fucking hit a 40-20. Yes.
Yeah.
And sorry, without him, they wouldn't have won this game, bro. Yeah, bro.
But leading comfortably, like that's the thing. Like just seeing the level he's playing at, like you can see why he gets paid so much, like why he's worth so much. Like you have time off. Just goes to show, like you're injured, but you do everything you need to do doing. Like that's what I was saying. Like that's where the Eels really needed to stand up while this guy's injured. Because when he comes back, he'll steady the ship. But I didn't think he'd come back like that.
That's what I mean. He's elite. We just finished talking about how the problems at the Knights. Sorry, you give him a Newcastle Knights number 7 jersey. Fuck, they're top 4, cuz.
Yeah.
You
that's the kind of guy you buy. Yeah, that's the guy you buy for millions.
And I feel like the Eels team was just on. They could feel like maybe the inclusion of Moses fucking just elevated all of them because defensively they're a lot better than what we've seen from them. And they just look on fucking fire, bro.
Yeah, maybe it's just timing, like just having that class. Because even he looked like he had time, just as kicks to the corner, like just the organization, like you know,
it was a good game, bro.
Yeah,
like Tigers fought back, but
there was that lull where it was just for a while, like waiting for who's going to click.
Like in the middle of that second half, I think it was like 22-24. It was quite close. One try in it.
That's right, yeah, because they came back. Tigers started peeling it back. That's right,
yeah. And then the Tigers had a good chance with the Eels lost 2 people in the sin bin, bro.
That's right, yeah, and they bossed it. They
just dumb errors.
Yeah,
some
they
bomb
just
tries.
Rushed it. Didn't even try and put pressure on. That's.
This was quite an entertaining game, but I don't see these two teams. Well, at the start of the year, that was my smoky. I put Tigers there for the 8, but I don't see them troubling the top teams, these two teams. I think the Eels can, work their way up a little bit off the bottom of the table, especially with big discussion, bro. If Moses starts playing like this the next 2-3 games, or every game until Origin, fuck, he's going to put pressure on Perry, right?
Well, so that's the problem. So I think, yeah,
Is
he'll
it
be in there.
Cleary and Luai, or was it Moses and Luai, or was it Moses
Well,
and
I think
Cleary?
they've already. I think Luai. I heard earlier, in maybe a couple of weeks ago, that there's whispers that it might be a Cleary, Mitchell,
Moses.
Moses. Yeah, and Luai might not even be there. So it's like, oh, those ones,
Yeah.
which I don't hate. I don't really care
Yeah.
for that team.
Luai's addition to the Tigers definitely lifted them with his leadership, but like just personal performance, he's not blowing it out of the park yet. We haven't seen the Luai we've seen at Panthers yet. But there's a definite change. There's a definite change in that team because of who he is. But
well, you see, even on last game, he had to change because Dewey wasn't stepping up to lead it like a proper 7. And so, because he started
he was
like
much
his running game and he was trying to have a bit of a, play
Yeah.
more of a running 6. Then he ended up just kicking because he's like,
they should have done that from the start, Eagles. Like, why don't you just keep him at 7 and keep Dewey as your running 6?
Yeah, and just let Dewey be a 6 because it's like, yeah. And now he's going to do 7 again. So it's like, yeah, I don't know why.
That's my conspiracy theory. Like, maybe Benji was like, okay, fuck you, Lockie. Put Luai at 6, see what happens now. All we need is the number 7. But
all we need is the number 7. That's when he's like, oh, fuck, I can't find a 7.
Well, can you play this week, mate?
We need to call up. So, yeah. The Eels, I feel like those early games, like I said, they were real important. And then when Mosse, he'll probably get called up, even just to be in camp, which is going to screw the Eels over that origin period. So I feel like they're just going to become the Whaleanga Mare team. Like, they're good enough to beat any team in the comp, but they're going to drop the ones that mean nothing, like mean everything to them, mean nothing to the other teams, and they're going to beat them. And then the ones that they need, they're going to drop. So, yeah, I just feel like the Eels just going to be those fall outside of the... I don't see them getting the spoon with the way Moss is performing, but I see them dropping. Yeah, I don't see them threatening anything just because of the games they've dropped and that origin period. All right, let's get straight into our reviews. Oh, actually, before we jump to our reviews, I see you climb back up the table, mate. I think you've climbed back up the table inside your fantasy picks there, mate. You finally back in the winner's circle. You climbing off the bottom there, mate.
Kalava Cup.
Yeah.
Where's our letter? I was
Cup, mate.
Mate, and I've only won 2 games out of 5, but this is a long season, bro. But look at my points scored, man. It's pretty high, but it's just my losses have come against some eat-ass fucking performances from guys. But Danny Phipps and Stace leading the way, man.
Yeah, man.
And Danny Phipps has been quite caught by since we started, so it's good to see the also right up there this year. Enjoy it, mate. God Squad's always pretty solid.
Yeah, God Squad, our reigning champ. I'm coming in 5th. I was able to knock off Danny Phipps this week. So that was a nice notch to get, be able to take out the leader this week. But yeah, it looks like some good matchups over the weekend. Tama taking out Bobby. God Squad back to his winning ways of Cam Schuster. And this year or the next, losing 2 weeks in a row, going down to all Madden Camerasua as well. So not looking good there. And Brooks.
at the moment. Sorry about that.
So he's heading back down again. So comp's going well. Danny Phipps sitting on top. Long season to go. But Tama Kalava making his way back up the table. Must be all his Penrith players. When Penrith plays well, then Tama finally gets back on the board. We're hoping they'll also jump on, join us.
Tama's got Penn Haas, bro, so he'll be solid all year.
Just until origin period, then he's going to struggle for his points. All right, let's get into these reviews. This is this kickoff tomorrow. Man, this is an important one for you guys. Also, no Reece Walsh. Cobo at the back for you guys. Man, where do you guys... I don't even know where to start. Yeah.
Good to see Benner, Dean Mariner get his opportunity, man.
Finally.
You know what? This could be what we need, bro, because, like, I don't know, we've just been relying on our superstars on the edges. Like, maybe this is the game, and this is what we need to do against the doggies. So just muscle up, bro, and arm wrestle with them.
Player just a
'Cause
solid game plan. Yeah.
in Carrigan and House, bro, we got two guys that can combat what the doggies can do, bro. If yeah,
Well, I
just gonna go
think
with
get
my
the
heart here.
offloads working. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with my heart, and I'm gonna go with the desperation factor because we're not traveling too badly, but I just think confidence-wise, 2 losses in the last 2 weeks. I think the boys need this win, bro, and it's at Suncorp. So Broncos by 2.
Ooh, a lot of heart on that one, mate. Okay. Well, I'll go with the dogs.
Pretty
I'll go with the
much.
dogs. Continue their winning ways. Roosters and Dragons. How you seeing this? A couple of teams thereabouts.
Yeah, this is a fucking real cool game, bro, because it's traditional Anzac Day game. Really build up. I think fucking the Roosters are favorites, $1.82. But I'm gonna say Dragons, bro. I just think they got more a little more subtlety and firepower on the edges and out wide. So yeah, Dragons in a close one.
Yeah, I might back you with that. Yep, I'll go Dragons on that one as well. I reckon they'll get up for that Anzac test. Not a traditional one, but down in Christchurch, the Warriors meet the Knights. How you seeing that?
First of all, good scheduling this time from the NRL not to give Warriors the Storm on Anzac Day because purely for our fallen soldiers, we need a good representation from the Warriors, and they've been giving them the Knights. So weird ones to have this game at Christchurch, because I don't know, man. I don't know what the what kind of a ground this is and how many they can pick in, but
It's
man,
the new stadium. Yeah.
for Anzac Day test, you'd think at Mount Smart they'll pack that up. But yeah, bro, I'm picking the Warriors 13 plus, but that's with an asterisk, bro. I'm not even gonna put them in my multi this week. They won't hurt me. But yeah, not a confident one. Like the Knights need to be desperate, bro. But like I said last week, they got some good confidence from their win against the Broncos, bro. So yeah, Warriors 13 plus.
Yep, right with you on that one, man. Yeah, I know the Knights are probably desperate for a bounce back after their last couple of games, but I don't see it happening. Warriors got a couple of really good ones with Rocco Berry and Chance returning. So, yep, Warriors 13 plus as well on that one. Storm and the Rabbits. This should be a good one. Amy Park is a Melbourne Storm Anzac Day test as well against the Rabbitohs. Storm coming off that shock loss. How much you see them bouncing back, or you reckon the Rabbitohs going to get up for this?
Oh fuck, it's hard to go past the Storm, bro. You don't see them losing 2 in a row. Interesting one for the Rabbits. Their best player all year has been Jai Gray, man, and put him on the bench. Big call from Wayne Bennett, and you don't really want to question the Goinga man, but I think this is more to do with hyping up Latrell, bro. For the Rabbits to win, they need Latrell. He needs to hand the ball fucking 2 times every set. But yeah, I just don't see it, especially after that loss, that beating they got last week called Storm. So another big win from the Storm, 13 plus.
Yeah, same sentiment with the Storm after a loss. But interesting, yeah, as well. Like just Jai Gray, the way he's been going. Yeah, a hard one because I guess you want Latrell in there. But then you've got Campbell Graham back as well. So, you don't want to.
Interesting how they're going to use him, coming off the bench.
Yeah, Jai, it'll be interesting whether they chuck him there and
we'll put him in the back and then
been going all right. Yeah.
Or do they put him in the fullback and then make Latrell kind of roam? Who knows?
Like a roaming 13, maybe, yeah. Well, yeah, because Jair has been playing okay as well. So, yeah, maybe they're just experimenting, or maybe they're not expecting much up against the Storm. Just want to try some stuff. But Yeah, I guess there's probably a opportunity for them to shuffle that around mid game. But I'm the same. I'm going Storm on that one for an Anzac win against the Bunnies. Saturday's games kicking off with the Cowboys and the Titans, Queensland Derby here, one of the newer rivalries. Yeah,
Who you got?
Cowboys coming off the bye. I'll probably go Cowboys. Just after their rest, the reset, they were looking real good. Before they went into the bye. And like you're saying, the Titans are still trying to work things out. Tom Weaver has been named there again, so it looks like Campbell's out again. Big in having David Fifita back, but yeah, I can't go past the Cowboys, so I'll go Cowboys 12 and under.
Yeah, also I'm with you on that one, but I think it might be a shellacking here, bro. Cowboys 13 plus or 20 plus.
No love for the Titans. Nah. Local derby. All right, Panthers and Manly. Manly coming off another loss. Desperate to get a bounce back, and the Panthers getting that bounce back last week to finally get them back into the winner's circle. Turbo back in, like you said, for this one. Should be a good matchup. Saturday's game kick off. Should be a good running game.
Hard one. Hard one's pick. Panthers are $1.53 favorites. Manly got Tommy back, but you know what kind of Tommy we're gonna see, hey, bros? But you know what? I'm gonna go for the upset here, bro.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go for our man Roger and Cam's Seagulls in a close game, close win.
Damn. All right, I'm gonna back the Panthers on this. I think they probably steadied the ship back to their winning ways. Probably just get some consistency. So yeah, I'll go Panthers on that one as well. And so it should be interesting to see the outcome of that. All right. Two teams making some moves, the Raiders and the Dolphins. Should be a good matchup, just off the back of what we've said tonight. Just where the Raiders are heading, the form of Jamal Fogarty, and also Isaiah Couture. Yeah, I'm probably going to go Dolphins just on this one.
Ooh.
Yeah, they just look really good. Like I think there's some stuff they could build on from last week. But yeah, I'm gonna go Dolphins on this one in a close one.
Yeah, bro. I don't know. I was kind of leaning on them too, bro. Both teams in form. But then I just noticed it's at Geo Stadium. I think the Pack's probably a little bit better than what the Dolphins got. So I want to say the Raiders in a close game, 6 and under.
It's a close one. Nice. All right, and rounding it out, Tigers and the Sharks. Tigers with those shuffles, like we said. Could be some changes last minute. Who knows? And the Sharks starting to click, starting to come into form now. I thought Hirori's been awesome. Like I thought Kaea was probably a big loss for them in the centers, but yeah, Hirori's been massive for them over the last few weeks. Yeah, you see the Tigers getting it together for this?
Yeah, bro. And like over on a Sunday afternoon, man, I've been there. I've been there for some games, man. It's different, eh? It's pretty electric, man. The old Balmain Tigers home ground. But yeah, with all the drama and shit, I'm picking the Tigers on this one, bro, just to rejuvenate themselves and get over all this drama. But hard one to pick against the Sharks, bro. But man, I'm just going out on a limb. Tigers in a close one, bro.
Nice. Yep. And since this is not my multi, I will double up and say the Tigers as well. Kind of right their season, get things back on track. Nice, Us. You got a little multi there? You got something we can check on a multi?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm going for the Cowboys and Titans game. I think this is going to be one of those high scoring from both teams. But I'm picking Cowboys 13 plus and Purdue for a double.
Oh,
Jackson Purdue, who's been fucking looking pretty good, man. He's pretty fast.
All right. I'm going to go with a Doggies 13 plus with a Jacob Preston anytime.
Okay. This guy, that's fucking me. I want to do those little cheap shot low blow, eh?
Hey, man, the Dogs be on fire, bro.
I'm glad Bobby's not on today. Otherwise, we would have had a fucking whole hour on that
Bob
game.
would have given you the full breakdown of everything you guys did wrong. Nice, good potty, bro. Any last words, bro?
Also, I want a big shout out to my son and his under 11s Kuma Crushers first official competition game of the round, and to all the all the kids playing footy, man. Not only over here Gold Coast, but all over Okilangi back home. So all the best, stay safe, and yeah, bro, up the Bronx.
Nice. Just want to shout out to all our listeners. Thank you for tuning in, listening to the 135 Footy Show. Go check us out on YouTube. All social media channels. Have a awesome, safe Anzac weekend, and lest we forget. Off day, we out. Catch up.
Fuck.